Hey, my name is Joel, and I've seen a movie. Hey, this is Have You Seen This, where my brother Mark gives me a movie, I watch it and do a review, and if I like it, I give him another movie, and then he does a review, and so on and so on. If I don't like it, he gets a punishment movie, and he has to watch something like Super Mario Bros. Punishments are always the most fun. This time, brother, you gave me Vanishing Point, a movie made in 1971. The main actor is Barry Newman, and the movie is essentially a very long car drive. Which sounds dull if you put it that way, of course. But it is a car drive that's incredibly fast, and Kowalski, the main character, is chased by the cops. Plus, Kowalski also has a very interesting background. But this is not shown in like a linear way as some stories are told. You're only slowly getting to know who Kowalski really is. He's an ex-cop, he's fought in Vietnam, he's an ex-driver, like race driver, and some of that you only get to know after the first half of the movie. What I like about this way of storytelling is it feels like you're slowly being fed like little bits of information about what you need to know. Not too much, not too little, just enough so it keeps you interested and it keeps you just caring just enough for the movie. Something else that clearly sticks out of this movie are these amazing stunts, both of stuntmen and stunt drivers. Each stunt looks very believable and very realistic, and I bet that's because they were as realistic as it was legally allowed to do, and maybe that was a lot more back in the day. When you pitched me Vanishing Point in the last episode, you also mentioned The Fast and the Furious in some connection, and this is actually a franchise that I think is lacking that, is missing that, these believable stunts. I mean, there's that one scene in the last Fast and Furious 7 or whatever, where Paul Walker is saved in the last second of certain death. I just feel insulted watching that. There's so much wrong with that, just logically and in terms of the laws of physics. It's just so wrong. Now don't get me wrong, I'm sure there were plenty of really good stuntmen in the making of this movie, but the really big, amazing stunts are all made CGI, which CGI isn't a bad thing, but they just feel unrealistic, unbelievable, and like I said before, it's almost offensive. Now compared to that, in Vanishing Point, I cringed with each stunt that I saw, with each accident or crash, because it really felt like somebody was really hurt, and well, maybe they were, because it was just done so realistically. With this effort, the movie really keeps you on the edge of your seat, which I think an action movie is supposed to do, and not just to do that with fast cuts and booties or whatever, which this movie isn't lacking either, but in a different way, you know what I mean. Trivia time! The director actually did not want Barry Newman as the main actor in the movie. He wanted Gene Hackman for a long time, and then Chris Christopherson was also in discussion. But the production company just didn't want those guys and said, if you don't take Barry Newman, your movie's not going to be made. So he took Barry Newman. Well, I think it worked out for the best, right? But it's just interesting to hear about that and imagine how it would have been if Gene Hackman would have had the role. The distance that he's driving is around 1,214 miles, which if you divide it by 15 hours, the time that he took to get to his goal, to his end place, gets you to around 81 miles per hour as an average. So technically, even this distance, this time, was very realistic. Alright, so to wrap it up, I would recommend this movie to anyone who likes action movies or car movies. It's a classical action movie with a cool anti-hero and with a very surprising ending. Seriously, that ending was intense. So overall, I liked your choice of a movie for this week, and I will give you State of Play for next week. A movie with Russell Crowe, Ben Affleck, Rachel McAdams, and the lovely Helen Mirren. Have fun with that movie, and I will see you next week.